In the years leading up to the Second World War, the British company Albion Motors stood as one of the key suppliers of military vehicles to the United Kingdom. Founded in 1899 in Glasgow, Scotland, Albion had built a reputation for reliability and practicality long before the storm of global conflict arrived. But it was during the late 1930s and early 1940s that the company created two of its most capable and iconic military trucks, the Albion BY3 and the Albion BY5. These vehicles represented the strength, discipline, and endurance of British engineering in one of the most challenging eras of modern history. The Albion BY3 made its debut in 1939, just as Europe was descending into war. It was classified as a 6x4 medium artillery tractor and was designed primarily to tow field guns, heavy howitzers, and other military equipment. The truck had a rugged and utilitarian appearance, built for function rather than comfort. Its construction featured a robust ladder-type steel chassis and large-diameter tires for better traction on mud and uneven terrain, a critical feature for wartime conditions. Under the hood, the BY3 was powered by an Albion EN244 six-cylinder petrol engine with a displacement of 8.9 liters, producing 105 horsepower at 2,000 revolutions per minute. The engine delivered a torque of approximately 470 newton meters, equivalent to about 347 pound-feet, providing the pulling power needed for hauling artillery pieces weighing up to 6 tons. The gearbox was a 4-speed manual with an additional 2-speed transfer case, effectively providing 8 forward and 2 reverse ratios. This allowed the driver to adapt to different terrains, from soft fields to rocky roads. The maximum speed of the BY3 reached 48 kilometers per hour, roughly 30 miles per hour, modest by modern standards but adequate for heavy military operations. The truck's fuel tank capacity was 180 liters, around 47.5 gallons, giving it a respectable operational range for field use. It featured a winch mounted at the rear, with a pulling capacity of 5 tons, essential for recovering artillery or assisting vehicles stuck in mud. The total vehicle weight reached approximately 7,200 kilograms, around 15,870 pounds, and its payload capacity was about 3,000 kilograms, roughly 610 pounds. One of the most notable characteristics of the Albion BY3 was its reliability. British and Commonwealth soldiers who operated these trucks often praised them for their simplicity and mechanical toughness. The truck's leaf spring suspension and twin rear axles provided remarkable durability, even when driven through bomb-cratered fields or muddy forest tracks. Its large, open cab with canvas covering allowed for quick repairs and easy maintenance. These features turned the BY3 into a workhorse that rarely failed in the heat of battle. By 1941, however, Albion engineers recognized the need for improvements. The experience gained from North Africa and European campaigns revealed that more power, better traction, and enhanced towing ability were required. This led to the creation of the Albion BY5, an upgraded version that shared the same chassis concept but incorporated numerous technical refinements. The BY5 retained the 6x4 configuration but introduced a reinforced frame and stronger differentials. It was powered by an improved EN244B petrol engine, still 8.9 liters, but refined to produce 115 horsepower at 200 revolutions per minute, and torque increased to approximately 490 newton meters, roughly 361 pound-feet. The Albion BY5 also featured a new cab design with slightly better protection from the elements and a more efficient ventilation system. A welcome change for drivers who spent long hours in desert heat or freezing European winters. The revised gearbox was smoother, the clutch more durable, and the truck's winch system now capable of pulling 6 tons. The braking system was improved as well, with vacuum-assisted brakes that provided more control when descending steep terrain with heavy loads. When viewed side by side, the BY3 and BY5 looked almost identical, but the mechanical differences were substantial. The BY5 could tow heavier guns, such as the 5.5-inch medium howitzer or the 17-pounder anti-tank gun, which were vital for the British Army's firepower in later stages of the war. Despite their mass and weight, both models could cross difficult terrain with surprising agility. Drivers described the distinctive deep growl of the six-cylinder engine as it climbed through muddy slopes or rolled over cobblestone roads, a sound that became familiar across battlefields from North Africa to Western Europe. The dimensions of both trucks were impressive for their class. Each vehicle measured about 6.5 meters in length, approximately 21.3 feet, 2.3 meters in width, around 7.5 feet, and 2.8 meters in height, roughly 9.2 feet. The wheelbase was 4.3 meters, about 14 feet, providing a stable platform for heavy towing. Ground clearance was 330 millimeters, equivalent to 13 inches, allowing the trucks to handle rough tracks without damaging vital components underneath. The BY series trucks served not only as artillery tractors, but also as general cargo carriers, troop transports, and recovery vehicles. In the North African campaign, they towed anti-aircraft guns through sand and heat, while in Europe, they moved supplies and soldiers under constant threat of air attack. Their sturdy design and straightforward mechanics made them favorites among field mechanics. Every bolt, spring, and shaft was accessible without the need for specialized tools. This meant that an Albion could often be repaired in the field with minimal resources. An interesting detail often overlooked is that Albion BY trucks used a unique rear suspension layout that distributed weight evenly across both rear axles. This engineering solution gave them remarkable stability when towing at angles or over broken terrain, a significant advantage over some contemporary foreign designs that tended to lose traction on one side. Production numbers were never huge. Between 1939 and 1944, only a few thousand BY series trucks were built. This limited number makes surviving examples highly prized among collectors and museums today. Many were scrapped after the war, but a few restored Albion BY3 and BY5 trucks can still be seen in running condition at military vehicle rallies in the United Kingdom, reminding us of the craftsmanship of an era when machines were built to endure hardship rather than luxury. Despite being overshadowed by more famous vehicles like the Scammell Pioneer or the AEC Matador, the Albion BY series remains one of the unsung heroes of the British war effort. These trucks hauled heavy artillery through mud, dust, and fire, often under enemy bombardment. They brought ammunition to the front lines and helped pull disabled tanks from battlefields. Their reliability saved lives, their simplicity inspired respect, and their enduring presence helped shape the logistical backbone of the British Army during World War II. Even today, the story of the Albion BY3 and BY5 continues to fascinate enthusiasts and historians. They represent the perfect blend of engineering discipline and field practicality, machines that never sought glory but earned it through relentless service. Their steel frames, their unyielding engines, and their unmistakable profiles on wartime photographs are symbols of resilience that defined a generation. If you enjoyed learning about these remarkable British trucks, make sure to subscribe and stay with us for more stories about rare, forgotten, and extraordinary vehicles that shaped our world's history of transport and warfare.